And we are back here with White Birch Books Corner.
It
Laura
rolls off the
Cummings.
tongue,
I know.
doesn't
I
it?
try. I have to like measure myself, the
know.
pace, the pronunciation.
It's a
It could
tough
go
one.
bad at any moment.
Right.
But good morning to you.
Good
How are you?
morning. I'm good.
I had a feeling that you were going to be on because it seems like we hang out a lot
Middle
on
of the month,
Saturdays,
yep.
but I've been flaking out a little bit on the shows, haven't been around. And I was like, gosh, I hope I get to see Laura today.
Good. Well, I'm glad you're here.
And you brought a plethora, that's the word of the morning, of books. And
I did.
sometimes you bring more than
Stuff,
books because
right.
your store has lots of stuff.
Right. But this time we settled. We've got a lot going on in the next, vacation. I don't know if you know it's vacation week.
I do, yes. My kids did a happy dance on Friday.
Oh, I know. I said to he goes, I'm just so tired. I need my vacation. And I'm like, oh, Mike. Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
wait for
hey.
the next 60 years, guy. It's a
you
tough
know,
15.
in the real world, you don't get school
I
vacation.
know.
But
And
hey.
didn't you guys just get back from Rome or something? It's so rough.
Yes, he has a tough life, but yeah. So now he can relax. But so because it's vacation, we got a few things going on. In fact, we have an author coming this afternoon. It's Eric Pinder, who locally, back in the day, he was an observer on top of Mount Washington, and so he is coming today to talk about his Cat in the Clouds book, which had gone out of print for a while, and it's the story of one of the cats who was on top of Mount Washington, and plus it has a little history of all the cats who've been up there.
Oh, wonderful. Marty's up there now, right?
Right. And Marty, I think this is mostly about Nin.
Nin, I remember Nin.
And so Marty was, post Nin and everything, but it's a neat story, and to think about. You think it'd be cool to go up there, and a lot of people do that trip where they go up there for a night or two, but these weather observers are up there for a long time.
Yeah,
and,
like 2-week stints at a time.
right.
And,
So you need a cat. You need a cat for that.
Yep,
so
and they have a little basket for them up by the weather, where the station where they do all their work and stuff. Yeah, it's awesome.
So he's coming today to talk about that. The Cat in the Clouds is kind of a classic
This one
here. And he also, look at how this works, he also just came out with this new picture book called The Perfect Pillow. And it's a little boy who can't sleep, and he kind of crawls out his window and he sees all the way the different animals and nature sleeps and things like that.
Oh, very cool.
So Eric's coming. I mean, yeah, it's
this
quite
gonna be
a
at the
different
shop?
career. It's going to be at the shop. He's going to be there at 3 o'clock. And he'll be there for a couple hours. So it's kind of like a drop-in thing. Like you don't have to get there at 3. Stop by, see him. We have a few of his other books there. And
Great. How's one turn from weather observing to? I mean, the cat book makes sense because it's up on top of Mount Washington.
But no, he's
that's an
got a
amazing
few.
transition.
He's it's a great thing. He's got these very cute books. Like one was like How to Share with a Bear, and there's a couple. He's got several books, but he also has some of his older books on weather, and he's always been a very good writer of nature and everything. So it's this very interesting turn to children's books, and he does it well. So this is part of our local author Saturdays.
Great.
See, we come up with the best. Local author Saturdays. It
It's
took us
catchy.
hours.
It's very catchy.
To come up with that.
All right, so he's going to be, did you say 2 or 3?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock, okay.
And it's a drop-in thing. Like you don't,
Great.
If it's 4 o'clock, still come by. He'll be there for about an hour and a half or something like that, and be happy to talk to kids and maybe even read a story or, talk about whatever. And then next Saturday we have another local author. And I think we're moving these into into position. So her first book is Etched in Granite, which
Let's make room. There we go.
is about it's post-Civil War in New Hampshire, living on a poor farm in New Hampshire, and it's kind of based on there was a poor farm, like kind of in the Ossipee area type of thing.
What do you mean poor farm? What is that?
Well, I think that's when you can't pay your bills, and so they send
go to
you to
work?
the poor farm, and then you work for the county or
You
something.
get food. Well, that makes sense.
Yes, but you work off your debt, kind of thing, and everything.
Right.
So that's the first book in her series, and then this one she just came out with, and this is one of the characters from this book is then off to try her hand down at the mills in like the Fall River area.
Oh, Fall River.
Yes.
No way.
And so these are all historical fiction, very New England. She is from kind of the Ossipee area and everything, and she does a great job. So we're looking forward to having her come next Saturday at 3 o'clock. And then we have another local author the following Saturday who's got kind of a sci-fi series and everything.
That's
so
so
yes,
cool.
3 weeks of local author Saturdays. That's why we came up with that name.
Right on. So we have that, and they can find out more on your Facebook page.
Yes, we've got it on Facebook.
Saturdays.
We've got it on our website. Yes. Yes.
There was an epiphany in the middle of the night.
Right. Oh my God. Well, I know what we'll call it. So we've got that.
The think tank came together.
And that's going to be fun. I mean, so we have a good time. You know, as an independent bookstore, it's important for us to support our local authors. And, you know, different people get published in different ways these days and everything. And, you know, it's just important to give them a venue to talk to people and for people to see them and everything. So that's why.
And you never know when that inspires a spark of reading in a kid or an adult.
Exactly.
And that's why I love your store too, because it's not all about come buy books. It's you support the library, you support reading in general. You know, events that encourage reading for kids and adults, and that's important.
Right. Well, they have to read some. I had the best time yesterday. We had this family come in. It was the mom and dad and 4 daughters, and they were so great because it was just like that conversation, you know, books for them. And it's like, oh, look what you picked out.
So
I
exciting.
love that book. And, you know, oh, you got the, you know, one little girl had a diary, and I was like, what are you going to write in there? How much you like your sisters? And she's like, no.
Wasn't it sibling day recently? No.
And, awesome. But it was just one of those great, you know, when they left, and I was like, oh, this is what I love, you know, to talk books and authors and things like that.
Yeah. And how great is your bookstore for providing a space and the books?
We hope so.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love buying books for my boys. So what else do we have?
Well, let me slide this one on there, though. This one is kind of problematic because it's a great book. This is written by a friend of the family, Peggy Shin, and
your family?
Yes, she's one of my mother's very good friends, and she is right now over in South Korea, covering the Olympics. And it's been so fun to follow her and see, you know, she posts like what food she's eating and everything, but she also writes for the Olympic Committee. So she writes a lot of these stories, and so it's really fun to kind of see the inside scoop. But this book that came out just before the Olympics is about the women's cross-country ski team and how they really do have a shot this year at getting on the medal podium. Now, that hasn't happened yet.
Right. Well, 4th place, which is the highest ever for
and it's just amazing. But this is the story of how you get to that level, the coaches, the support, and that they're such teammates and everything. And she was posting some stuff this morning, so I know there was like a team relay, but I don't know what happened
we're gonna have
and
to
everything.
Find out.
And the thing that's problematic with this book is it's currently out of stock. And I can't.
This is the only copy?
This is my mother's copy. I stole it from her.
Sorry, Mom, we're selling it.
So we're gonna get it back in, and hopefully we're gonna bring Peggy over to the Valley to talk about it when she's back from South Korea.
So like ETA, what would you say for books? Do you know?
Next week.
Oh,
next week.
Great. So this will be available next week.
But you know, it's just so fun. You know, it is hard to talk about books when the Olympics are going on because I do spend way too much time, you know, getting invested over, you know, who's gonna land their triple Lutz or whatever.
There are great stories going on.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And great games and great challenges for folks to overcome.
Right.
You know, and that's their moment.
Right.
And should we pick one more?
Here, we'll do one more. And this one, and again, I'll stay with the theme of getting authors to come here. This is The Velveteen Daughter. This is our book group pick for next week. We have 2 book groups at the store, the Mystery Book Club and what we call Thursday Night Book Group, which is just...
Staying on the theme of the...
like everything, if they read anything. Yes, with our great names. It meets Thursday night. It's a book group. Anyway, this is The Velveteen Daughter, and it's a novel about the woman who wrote The Velveteen Rabbit and her daughter type of thing. But the author is coming, and so it's going to be a little more, it's kind of an enhanced book group. And it is open to anybody, and that's going to be Thursday night at 7 o'clock. And I have not read this because I'm not going to be here, but everybody who has read it has just been raving about it.
Really?
So
Okay.
I'm
All
kind
right,
of
so
bummed
that's a
I'm going to
hot
miss
pick.
it.
All right, and how do they sign up for these book groups, by the
They
way?
just come.
Really?
It is on our website. We usually have at least a book or two picked ahead. They're on set nights. The mystery is the second Thursday. The Thursday night is the fourth Thursday.
Okay.
And they're open to anybody. They're at 7 o'clock. Over the years that we've had this, and it's been about 15 years
Yeah.
or more, I have seen so many people meet each other and
good.
become friends, and they're just a great group of people. And there's no test, there's no quizzes, there's no.
Just discussion.
It's just fun. It's just a good
fantastic.
night.
All
I
right.
really like it.
And find out more on their Facebook page, probably the easiest way to do that, or
Yes.
the website.
Because our Facebook page, and I'm kind of shouting out here, but we do now have a spokescat who occasionally. You smile. You seem like you're laughing.
Well, I've heard you. I think you have a spokescat for every arena of your life.
But we do now have an official.
awesome.
Finally, the contract has been signed.
Right.
We have an official spokescat. He
Right.
shows up every couple
that's cool.
weeks with a few words of wisdom, and it's worth following our Facebook page just for that.
Oh, that's cool. Awesome, Laura. Well, always good to see you. Thank
Good
you
to
so
see
much
you
for all the
too.
books. And folks, why don't you tell them where they can find the store?
Okay, White Birch Books is located, our official 2568 on Route 16. We're across from TD Bank. We're next to Pinkham Real Estate, just before the community center.
There you go.
We do have parking.
Yeah, and it's tucked back just a little bit. So
Right.
you pull into the parking lot, it's going to be back on the right. It's a beautiful building.
And we're open every day, 9:30 to 6. Sunday it's 10 to 5. But we're there, and we do have events. We're working on some stuff. We've got a Books and Brews coming up in
Awesome,
April
all
with
right.
Tuckerman's.
All
and
right, good. We're going to have you
Good
back
stuff
on.
coming down the pike.
Wonderful,
Yes.
Laura. Thank you so much. And folks, again, you can find them online at Facebook or at their website, whitebirchbooks.com.
That's it. Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah.
I nailed
Again,
it. Yeah, so
the
smart.
genius minds.
Yeah. All right, folks, we'll be back. We have more Watch and Win. This is Laura Cummings. White Birch Books is right on Route 16. Easy find online as well. Thanks again, Laura.
Thank you.